Amare Stoudemire went on Run It Back and talked a little bit about Carmelo Anthony's arrival to New York. We're going to take a listen.
And then once we brought in another superstar like Carmelo, he requires a lot of attention. So when Melo comes to our team, the ball it's not moving as much because Melo requires a lot of attention. He's one of the offensive greats. So when he gets the basketball, he's looking to score. And so a lot of the cohesiveness somewhat faded away during that time.
Do you guys believe his criticism is fair?
I think it's an observation, not a criticism. I think it's true, right? Carmelo was a playoff player in Denver. He's been to the playoffs. It's not like his scoring translates to wins. Now, the level of wins and how far they can go is one thing, but you do have to change the style of flow, right? Like, same with Luka, same with certain guys that are so good, and Carmelo's one of them. You have to change the flow. Now, in D'Antoni's system at the time, and the Knicks were cooking, they were like, can't we get something to add to the flow versus bringing in someone that is a flow changer, right? Rightfully so. Carmelo is that dude. So I don't think that that's a knock. I think that's an observation, right? I've seen Carmelo in the runs, right? So LA runs, Carmelo, like they're all cracking jokes about like who was going to shoot the last shot, and everybody was kind of like, it was like after the game. And like they was like, yeah, some people, and then like 2-3 people looked at him, like kind of side-eyeing, and he just, goddamn right, I'm gonna shoot every fucking time, right? Like his mindset, even in the LA runs, were of like, I'm that dude. It's recognized, but for Amare, who played with Steve Nash, who played in the 7 Seconds or Less Suns, that played in that motion, the ball just keeps going. That's a very, very different thing. So I don't view that as a criticism.
No, it's not criticism. I think it's a fact. I mean, it is a fact. Playing with Alvin Gentry, who is obviously and playing with Amare and Steve Nash and those teams, we weren't 7 seconds or less, maybe 10. But like the ball popping and flowing in specific spaces, and also the emphasis a little bit earlier on like threes, free throws, and layups. So think about D'Antoni, think about James Harden. James Harden is a D'Antoni guy. They are tried and true, right? Same with Daryl Morey. They are efficiency. Carmelo's like, I'm just better than you and can score 50. Fuck all this plays. I don't want to play fast. Give me the ball. Y'all go over there. When I get double teamed, then you might get the rock. But Carmelo's success is because of his skill set that allowed him to be anywhere and score anywhere on the floor. We didn't really have a lot of post plays when I was with Alvin. It was more screen and roll, and then our read is looking at everyone. So like from the top down, and then where Carmelo's like,
give me the ball,
rock, and then you stand. So your role is more of you don't get as many offensive touches. But on that team, because Amare he's very, very good on the block, but he's way better at screening and rolling, that creates so much gravity dropping the defense down, and now you get wide open jumpers. Melo, you like, well, I might not see this for about a quarter or two, so then I just got to be ready.
And you guys both know this. Then because of a player's greatness and the way he plays, he is judged, can he turn that into wins, championships? That's it. Can Kobe go be that? That's why those 2 championships after Shaq left. Can he go be that guy and score all the points? Jordan did it. So for Carmelo, it was, I think, the one thing that he's a winner from the national championship, the Olympics. You know that. But did his style of play lead to championship and championship basketball? It didn't. Now, there was draft picks with the Knicks. Right. There was all these things, but ultimately, you have to prove that your style of dominance can translate to championship.
Which is hard.
To do, right? Even LeBron doesn't play that way. Think about how many players play like Kevin Durant, but even Kevin Durant was a souped-up version, and he had better teams around him than Carmelo did, right? So it's hard to compare those scores and that style of give me the ball, I'm going to lead us.
Let me ask you a further question. SGA.
Very different.
No.
Is it?
No, it's not. No.
Is it?
No. No, I'm with you.
Is it?
He's like MJ.
Yes, it is.
But
he plays. So playing from the post, right? Playing from the post is a lot different than playing from the top of the key, because when teams help at the boxes and elbows, he's making those shots to Chet, but he's also, number one, getting to the free throw line. He's playing faster.
He's scoring that thing.
He's
scoring that thing,
and he's getting to the free throw line.
It
is
doesn't
Melo.
matter.
Wait.
I'm also going to say this. He's won. So obviously, his shit works.
No,
it's different.
But the point is, you have to prove that your style of play can win.
Yeah.
And it's also determined by the players that you have around them. I would say that guys like Shea, Kevin Durant, they have had better teams historically
I'll give you that.
than Carmelo has, right? But that still falls on, as we've been in locker rooms with Bron and Dirk, the best players know this is all on me. Win and lose, everyone's going to look on me. So it's my job to prove that my style of play can win, right? And that's the part. Shea, Carmelo, exact same. They might have Kobe, Carmelo, exact same mindset style of player.
Okay.
They have to prove that their 30 a night, their 29 a night leads to wins. Shea did it. Shea was leading the league in scoring, like all the things. Like that's hard to do as a guard. Multiple years at that efficiency level, right? Don't tell me about free throws. Carmelo was getting free throws. Everybody was. Kobe getting free throws. Shea proved that his 30 a game is a championship 30. There's been what, 4 guys in the last 30 years that have done that? I can average 30 in the season and go win a championship, win an MVP. That shit is different, bro, NBA history. Like, how many people have averaged 30 and won a championship? MJ, was he the last one? I don't know if Bron hit 30. I don't know if Kobe was averaging 30 during those 2 seasons that they won after Shaq. He might have been 28.
all 3 of those
Kobe
were like,
was 30.
3 was...
Well, I know. I'm saying I know he hit 30, but did he average 30 the season that they won those 2
I would
championships?
say yes.
I would say no.
Alex going to look it up.
I'm gonna look it up. So continue the conversation.
Deandra,
I think
look
it
it
was
up.
close. I think it was 20.
I would say no.
28.
30's a heavy number.
I think 3 of those were Jordan. It was like
You
SGA.
said during the
2 championships.
9-10 year?
Yeah.
Or the okay.
That's what I'm saying. 30 in a championship, bro.
No.
That's different. That's different world.
27.
That's what I'm saying.
26.8 and 27.
And now, mind you, the numbers
But they
were
played
scaled.
a
He
lot
Numbers
slower.
were
averaged
scaled.
That 30
30.
got
Numbers
way
were scaled differently. I was
Yeah.
like 7th in the league in scoring at
He averaged
22.
35 in
They were
05-06. He averaged 32 in 06-07. And averaged 30.
Won a championship. I'm putting him. Here we
02-03.
go. There we go. Look at that.
02-03.
Like that's why I said Michael Jordan, Rick Barry, Kareem. Shea's in that fucking class. Now Michael Jordan did it a bunch of times. He did it a bunch of times. That's why we look at him like the GOAT.
Right.
Let Shea average 30 and win 4 more championships. The conversation is going to be very different.
Hang
Jokic-
on though. Didn't they won a championship in 02-03?
Yeah, but he didn't average 30.
Yeah, he did.
Who, Kobe?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Double check. Keep going. Does that list get longer that you have right now?
Wait, is it 2000? No, I'm sorry. They didn't win it in 03.
They
No,
lost.
they won it
They lost.
01.
Oh,
They
01,
won it
02.
Yeah.
So it was the year after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But that's what I'm saying. That's where I say Carmelo's a 30-point a game scorer. Kevin Durant, a 30-point a game scorer. Those guys are judged. James Harden, 30-point a game scorer. Those guys are judged differently, right? Like that's why Bron only hit 30 a few
So what's
times.
the difference then?
What
Is
do you
it
mean?
like, what's the difference between Shea and Melo, other than their team? What do you think? Like,
I just
or
think
you just think it's the team?
this is what I would say. I would say that Shea proved that his 30 a game is in a class of very few people. Carmelo is the same scoring legit, and don't get me wrong, Shea's even more efficient. But I don't think Carmelo had the teams around him. But in basketball hierarchy, what did you do with what you have? We criticized LeBron for going and losing to the finals and getting swept by the Spurs when he was in fucking year 23. We can't absolve Carmelo of the 30 points a game he scored, top 10 all time in scoring, and say, hey, what did you do with that 30 for your teams? And I'll give him some, like, his teams weren't great, but there were opportunities for him to go other
had some baller
places.
teams.
He did have, like, again,
Yeah,
in
some
Denver
Denver
teams,
teams.
yeah,
God
they were
almighty.
balling.
That was my worst.
Yeah. So then you
You're
start
like,
looking
who?
at, okay,
Who?
defensively, what was Carmelo defensively? Then you start looking at players in other spaces. So I just say the 30-point a game and win an MVP, you put yourself in the class of the Kobe's, of those, like, there's very few people that have ever done it. We can't put Shea in the same category from, like, the winning standpoint as a team, but from a scorer, you got to prove.